What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Saiffers BPat podcast. My name is BPat. Saiffers, as always, is with me. We're looking at the finals, baby. The finals in Rome. When in Rome, as they say. We got two big matchups going down tomorrow, and we also got a couple smaller tournaments starting up. So we're going to be discussing a little bit of both. We'll start off with Rome, and then we'll dig into some of the other things that we like for tomorrow or today, whatever time you're listening to this, Sunday, May 16th. So yeah, start us off, kick us off. Rome WTA final. Let's hear it. Save.
WTA Rome Final, man. Iga Swiatek versus Karolina Pliskova. I didn't know I was doing this, but I actually faded Pliskova every single round she played. And I wasn't even aware of that until I kind of looked at her, her sort of her road to the final, and then I was like, oh shit, like
I
I
was
faded her
aware.
and lost every.
I was aware
Really?
because the podcast, us talking about it, you kept like kind of downplaying her game, or like not downplaying her game,
Oh
but you
man.
just like you were hot against her. So
Yeah, I mean, she had a first round bye, and then Sevastova. We was both on that. They next round Zvonareva. I was like, why the fuck not? Zvonareva is balling. And then Ostapenko, which I swear to God, bro, Ostapenko should have won that game. She had 3 match points, and that was some bullshit. I still don't believe it. And then Martic, yesterday or today.
the
But
Sevastova one
anyway,
was the most disappointing by far, for sure.
yeah, for real. First two were straights, and then she did struggle a little bit in the last two games. But if you want to back Pliskova, I think it's hopeful how well she performed in the third set after Martic looked like she had all the momentum in the world. It was actually 2-2, and then Pliskova sort of just snapped. I didn't watch most of that match. I just caught the third set, and I expected to be a lot closer. And Pliskova looked pretty good, I guess. Iga Swiatek, here she is in the final. Looks like she's heating up and gearing up to have another run at the French Open at the end of this month, where she won last year.
Two
Um,
straight set wins in one day over good opponents. That's super impressive.
bro, she's like that. I've been
Sheesh.
trying to say that
I'm a
she is,
believer
she
now.
is,
I'm a believer.
she is about that, bro. She is absolutely about that.
Crazy.
Svitolina, that's baby food. Goff, just not even in the same bracket, honestly, as Iga Swiatek.
Light
Um,
work.
so without further ado, I'm a double dip on this one. I like the straight sets win here. A lot. Like you said, she 2-0'd Svitolina, and then she 2-0'd Golf a couple hours later. Um, yeah. Pliskova is not like that. I mean, I've said this every day all week now. Um, but this is her third straight final in Rome. I think semifinal. So yesterday or today was her third straight semifinal in Rome. But I think she's finished. I'm gonna take Wojtek double dip, take her in straights, and -3.5, which is a little juicy on my book. -135, I think. But I'm cool with it. Um, should be
Balls of
nice and
steel,
easy.
man. Balls of steel. That's all I gotta say.
I'm
So
not scared.
for me on this one, so I've kind of been really back and forth. I don't really want to back Pliskova, but the more I look at it, the more I kind of like the over here. I know that's kind of like odd because it was like I was looking at 2-0 and then the over and the 2-0 and then, but I just think that Pliskova can win a set potentially here. Well, I
Mm.
don't know, man. It's hard to say because looking at what Swiatek has done is just it's unreal. So I mean, I don't know. This one's really one that I was struggling to come down to a decision with. The over under
But
is
it's a
20 and a
final.
half. Yeah. The over under is 20 and a half. Pliskova, although she's kind of slipped up here and there, she's managed to get the job done. Um she doesn't typically lose in straights very often. She did in Madrid against Pavlyuchenkova, but I don't know. Pavlyuchenkova was on quite the run, and that was like the beginning of her
She
run. So
bageled her too. She
yeah,
bageled her too.
yeah, she did. Yeah. Pliskova had
Yep.
she kind of had a chance in the second set, lost 7-5. So man, this one's tough. I think I kind of lean the over. I know that's kind of crazy, but I lean the over with a potential, like, I'm kind of flip flop. I'm on a seesaw right now between the over and Swiatek 2-0. So that's where my head's at. I'm not gonna lock anything in or make the call here. So do with that
Hey
information
man,
as you please. Yeah,
you could win both. 7-5,
that's
7-5. What's good?
crazy. That's crazy talk.
But yeah,
I mean, hey, wait. Let me see. Let me say something. Let me say something real quick. So in the last 3 matches that or in this tournament, out of all the matches that have finished, at least one set, Swiatek has won 7-5 or 7-6. There's something there. There
yeah,
might
fair
be
enough.
something there.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's not
I
that's
think
not justifying me like making my decision on the 20.5 or the over. But what were we gonna say?
Oh no, fair enough. It should be a given rule on this podcast that you are absolutely not allowed to pass on a final.
Oh no,
That's
don't make
like
me
a
do it.
no. That's you like you for every final you have to give out at least one play. Two is encouraged, but you absolutely cannot pass and have to give at least
Okay.
one play. So I'm gonna need
I have to make a decision.
absolutely yes.
Oh
Since
Lord.
it's a final,
Oh
it's a
no.
final. Otherwise, you're you know more than welcome to pass or just give a lean or some. But
Okay.
we need a final say here.
Call me crazy, but I'm gonna go with the over.
All right, fair enough. That's not a bad pick. I definitely don't lean under, which is why I didn't play it. But I just like Wojtek and straights,
I
and the
see a
spread
ton of
just
value
makes more
there.
sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
see
no,
it. That would be
fair enough.
that's my backup. That's where I kind of lean in the other direction, like I said. But if I had to pick one based on where I'm at right now, and this could definitely flip flop because I was on Swiatek 2-0 as soon as you like mentioned it. I was like, wow, that's like really good value actually. But so yeah, over
Yeah,
would
even
have to be.
money. I think straight sets are a sneaky good bet. Especially at even money when it's close. Because you don't got to worry about spread or total or going into a tie break. Like, as long as you win the set, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think overs are easy to hit uh, unless you're not hitting overs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
feel like whenever I hit an over, I'm like, wow, that was so easy. That was the easiest bet ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But
but I don't know.
it's
So
so bad when you lose an over though. It hurts. It's so painful.
yeah, it's so sickening. You're like, wow, like you're such a bum. Like you could not keep up like that. You are so bad.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, best of luck. Should be a good game. I want to jump to the other final real quick before we tackle the rest of the WTA tournament starting up. And this other final is an absolute banger. Um,
Over
episode
baby. Over gang.
57.
Over gang.
Yeah,
Before
yeah,
we
yeah.
even get into it.
Over gang for sure. Episode 57 of Rafa Nadal versus the Joker. I think you told me this. The head-to-head, Djokovic leads 29-27.
Yep.
Um, I also have a very interesting stat. I'm about to pull up right now.
Is it the
Um,
Clay record?
yes. Did you see that? Did I send that to
18
you?
18-7 Nadal leads. No, but I'm looking at it right
Yes.
now.
Yes, Nadal leads 18-7 on clay. And how about this stat? The winner of the first set of this matchup on clay, regardless of who wins the first set, they're 22-3, which is insane if you think about it.
Yeah.
Um, 22-3 when you win the first set. Nadal leads 18-7 on clay. Their last meeting was on clay, last year's French Open final, and
Nadal
oof,
dominated. Bagel baby.
6-0, 6-2, 7-5, if my memory serves me correct.
That's spot on. Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Okay. And I was on Djokovic that day, and I'm like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
However, Djokovic really impressed me yesterday on Saturday, where he came from a set and a breakdown against Tsitsipas, who was no joke, by the way, and won the game in 3 sets. And then a few hours later, he beat Sonego.
We were
But
joking
I gotta
about
add this.
him winning the Titsy Bus match in the last podcast.
Yeah, and he did it. The
It's crazy.
motherfucker did it.
Yeah.
Uh, for
Yeah,
the
you're
Sonego game, that was such a good watch. He beat the crowd and Sonego. So it was an evening game, and that place was packed, definitely over the COVID restriction capacity, whatever. Like that place was packed. And everyone in there was rooting for Sonego. Um, and he beat Sonego. And the crowd. And that's saying something. I think the crowd is a like significant factor. I feel like against Nadal, he'll have a lot more support from the crowd, even though he just beat their boy. Um, but yeah, over gang for sure, no doubt. And I think 3.5. I might. I think it'd be nice to have that too on the side. But over is definitely the move. Djokovic's just far more impressive, in my opinion. Uh, so far, I haven't been sold or convinced about Nadal at all at any stage of this tournament. Regardless of who he's played, and this is definitely the ultimate test. Um, should be so good. You know, I'm loving this over 22.5 as well. I mean, fuck, like a tiebreak and a 6-4, and that's a wrap.
I've got
Um,
22 on mine.
really? Wow,
Let me double check that,
wow, that's
but I believe it's at 22. 22
mm,
for over 22 is minus 115 for me.
wow. You see, that's nice right there.
Yeah, so my only lean. So you lean Djokovic plus 3.5 and the over. Um,
Yeah.
my real lean here is the over. Just because, like you said, I think Nadal is like he hasn't been overly impressive, but I think that his advantage on clay
Sorry.
will grab him a set, and then Djokovic is like his how well he's been playing. I think that that'll kind of like bring the match almost a little bit more even, which tends to kind of push towards like an overmatch. One thing to just note: they met 2 years ago in Rome. Nadal won in 3 sets. He bageled him first set, lost 4-6, and then breadsticked him in the last set. And
Mm,
Nadal's won the last four on clay. He beat him in Rome in 2 sets 3 years ago. Beat him in Madrid 3 years ago as well. But obviously they're different players. Different players here. So yeah, I like the over. I don't know if I could pick a side, man. I don't know. You never know who you like which player you're gonna see out there. Like and you just expect it to be like a close match, but it doesn't always end that way with these types of players. So I don't know.
uh,
I like the over though.
I think there's a lot at stake because we're not gonna see uh, a lot more Djokovic and Nadal matchups, and those are probably the two goats. Federer is in the mix too, obviously, but these guys 29-27, which is super close, and there's also a title on the line, and it's just like massive like bragging rights, and all the hype and momentum going into the French Open, um, which is the ultimate prize for these two dudes. Like they don't give a shit about like regular tour titles. Although it would be nice, especially if you're beating your adversary. Um, but yeah, man, Nadal minus 220, laying 3.5 games. I think that's just a tax, him being the clay king, and just the Nadal in a clay final. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if anybody can
But I'm
do it,
not
it's
buying it.
him. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean Djokovic has just looked really good, man. His two matches yesterday were, nothing short of amazing. He did some crazy shit. Mentally, I think he's getting there. Like he legit got better and better every round, which is a good sign. Yeah, it should be good. I'm just so excited for this game. Should be good. I feel like if we catch the over, which I feel like we're both sort of agreeing that that's a likely outcome. Um, I'll feel good about the 3.5. I mean, that's not a small number. Not really, especially if you each win a set. I feel like yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah.
All right, are we
Uh,
wrapping up the finals in Rome?
uh, yeah. Um, uh, Sonego, absolutely fantastic run. Like you were saying, hats off to him. That was really impressive. Definitely gonna be on the lookout for him in Rome and moving forward. See what's good with him.
Yeah,
Um,
it was an interesting tournament, but yeah, that I don't have anything to say about it. I'm ready
yeah, fair enough.
to put it
Moving
behind
on.
us. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I feel the same way. Hopefully, we can end it on a higher note,
yeah, for sure.
sweeter note rather.
So how do you want to
Um,
jump into these next matchups? You just want to kind of bounce around here, or
you
what are you thinking?
you want to do the one ATP game real quick, and then we'll just do all the WTA next.
Sure.
All right, so kind of weird. Coming up on the ATP tour starting, I guess Monday, but there's one game tomorrow in the main draw in Geneva. Um, Tennis Sandgren versus Caruso. Um, this was such an easy. I didn't have to see lines. I checked my app, saw the matchup. I'm like, I'm betting the over. Caruso leads 2-0. Them two meetings. Went to 3 sets. One of them was in Rome last year. 3 set Caruso win. Um, and yeah, I just think we see it again. A bit of a easy bet. Not much thought into it. It just, like I said, it just feels right. So I'm gonna rock with it. Uh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I kind of peeked at the matchup. Not really something I really want to play, but the first thing that jumped out to me. So the first I you mentioned in the Discord that this was one of your plays. So I popped in here, checked it out. First thing that jumped out to me, like you said, was the two previous matchups between the two. One being this year, one being last year in Rome. Um, and they both went to 3 sets. Both of these players are awful this year. Absolutely awful. Um,
agreed.
yeah, Sandgren has lost 5 straight.
Oh,
Caruso
he's
has lost
booty.
3 straight, and both of those, or the last 3 for Caruso have been straight sets, and the most games he's caught on somebody is 4, and that was in one set out of all 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not something I'd want to watch, but I agree with your over here. I like it. Two bad players, really. Neither of them has anything to lose, so I think they're both going to come out firing, and I could definitely see this being an overmatch for sure. But I'm kind of like fade over, kind of half.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you here. I would absolutely not ever, ever, ever pick a side here. Um, well, like I said, a bit of a sucker's bet on the over, but why the fuck not? I'm pretty confident it will hit. 3 sets, pretty easy. I feel like either player will or both players will look forward to playing a fellow bum on tour and both see it as a chance to sort of get going here at a smaller tournament where they could potentially make a run. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah,
I
um,
feel that. All
I'm
right.
excited for ATP Geneva, which is this one. The other ATP tournament, which starts on Monday, they're finishing the qualies tomorrow. Is ATP Lyon in France. And then let's get into it. The two smaller WTA tournaments, both of them main draws actually start tomorrow. One in Belgrade and one in Parma in Italy. Um, Want to start with Parma?
Sure. So, I guess we'll jump right into Anisimova and Paulini. You want to do that? So,
That's a second game on deck.
oh, I'm
Uh,
sorry. I don't have all of them listed on my book, so I didn't go over all of them. So if you want to just kick us into the matchups like we've done before, then
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
sure thing. So the first one actually is a chick that I unintentionally brought up yesterday, which is Su Wei Shea. She takes on Daria Kasatkina. Um, I mentioned Su Wei Shea in yesterday's podcast, talking about how she is the quirkiest player on tour, um, which is something that I like about the WTA. Like we actually see those kind of players, whereas in the ATP, they don't even exist. But Su Wei Shea, all she does is drop shots and slices, slicing and dicing. No big shots. Like that's all she plays. The quirkiest of serves, she serves underhand sometimes. Like she serves like hits a drop shot pretty much. It's so crazy, really entertaining to watch. She's not that good though. I mean, she's all right. Um, but a lot of players just struggle playing against her. Like they don't know how to deal with that shit. Like you can't really anticipate or practice for that sort of shit. She's super unique. Daria Kasatkina is someone that I gladly faded in Rome, I believe, against Pagula, um, or maybe it was Madrid. Yeah, I think it was Rome. Um, yeah, so I'm on the over 18 and a half. I think it's a small number. Kasatkina more than likely will win this game, probably even in straights. Um, but 18 and a half is kind of low, no? So I'm gonna fuck with it. I don't think Kasatkina's entirely comfortable on clay, and I feel like playing against a quirky little fuck like Su Wei Shea might even make things more difficult for her, and she won't really be able to get comfortable. Um, and Shea might, put some games together until Kasatkina sort of adapts to the playstyle.
So
So
this is
yeah,
interesting.
that's what I'm working with.
So my lean would actually be the under. You know more. Hold on.
Wow.
Before I like jump in on this, so you obviously know more about these players. That's definitely apparent. My reasoning behind looking at the under was just the fact that, like you said, Kazakina should definitely win this. Shea has been awful on clay, and by awful she played Hibino in
Yeah, I
in the
know.
first quali in Rome and lost 6-2 and then got bageled in the second set. Um, she lost twice in Madrid to Zidansek. I don't know. That's probably pronounced wrong, but she lost breadstick to bagel and then 6-2, 6-4. Um, so yeah, I was thinking that this could potentially be like a 6-3, 6-3, 6-3, 6-2, something like that. This isn't something that I'm super confident in, but that was just my thought process is that yeah, Shea might be able to perform a lot better on other surfaces, but throughout her career she's been pretty inconsistent on clay and most years posts a losing record. So I think Kazakina can take this by quite an amount of games. So I actually lean the under, but level of confidence
Hmm.
is very low. So I don't want to deter
Well,
you, but
your analysis is spot on, but I like you said, I feel like you're not fully um aware or grasping this
the play
concept
styles and stuff.
of Su Wei Shea. Yes, bro. Like watching Daria Kasatkina, it is so clear that she's not comfortable on clay, period. Um, and she struggles to move. She won St. Petersburg, which was the last tournament she played before the clay season, and she looked fantastic. Mikula Matova, St. Petersburg in Russia, that was filled with quality Russian players, and she won. She looked great. However, on clay, she just can't do that shit. And from what I see here, that these two girls never met before. So she's definitely in for a surprise on a surface that she's already not comfortable on. I mean, you do make good points. Su Wei Shea is not good on clay either. She's been sort of bumming out like 6-2, 6 love. But I mean, I don't know. A lot of drop shots and slices, and Kasatkina can't really move well. She's only comfortable on the baseline. I feel like I don't know, man. It's just interesting. It's a cool game. I might actually try and tune in because watching Su Wei Shea is so entertaining. Even if she's losing, like it's just fun as fuck. Uh, Seeing like the shots she pulls off
Yeah, I might
or
tune into
tries
this as
to at
well.
least.
I might tune in too. I like the concept of a player like that. I haven't seen anything of it, so maybe I'll get my chance tomorrow. If is it the first match of the day, so I might be too early for me.
Yes, it is at 5 a.m. Eastern. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so maybe not. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Um, all right. So next in Parma, um, Paulini versus Amanda Anisimova. You want to get this started? You seem pretty eager to talk about this. If you like, I could
Sure.
go first, or you
I'll
can.
go.
All
I'll
right,
go
go ahead.
first. Why not? Why not? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so a trend that you guys are gonna notice here is that I don't know as much about some of these. Like, I know more about the top tier players than I do these like smaller players. For instance, I know really not too much about Paulini. Let me hold on. Let me pull up what I was looking at earlier. Okay, so after looking this over, I think I know your plays. I'm not 100%, but my lean here would actually be the over, and I think that kind of goes against where your pick was at. I think you had Anisimova 2-0 or something like that.
Thank
Sorry
you for ruining
to
it.
out. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Don't.
even think about that.
What a
I'm I'm
what
sorry. I'm
a
sorry. Sorry.
what a
Sorry. Sorry.
buzzkill, man. That's
Oh
so
gosh.
rude.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. Let's act like I didn't say it.
Just spill my
Oh,
shit, bro.
okay. Okay.
Like,
Okay. Okay.
just you know.
All right. So as I was saying, the over. So what I'm thinking here, Anisimova hasn't been all that impressive. She's the most impressive thing that she has done is take some decent players to 3 sets on clay in Sakari and Svitolina. She bageled Sakari first set, but that's that happens with Sakari. You can expect that sometimes. She won the first set against Svitolina 6-2 and then lost the next two. Um, Paolini, from what I can see, is like a new kind of up and coming player. She's been around. Well, I guess she's been around longer than Anisimova, but she's the highest ranked she's ever been. She's playing fairly well. She's playing players that I've never even heard of, but she's getting the job done pretty consistently and at a good pace. And she can put up games. And I think that I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel lost here. The over was what I had initially thought, but I just don't think I have enough backing to really throw that in as a pick. But if looking at this at face value, I think I like the over a little bit.
Okay, fair
Not
enough.
really much
Move.
else I can go in depth with.
Okay. You know what? That's not a bad play. I personally I flip flop between the over 20 and the bet that I did take, which you totally ruined, which is Anisimova and straights. Um, here's the thing about Paulini though. Like you said, like this is where she thrives. Like these 250 level tournaments. Like this is her shit right here. Like this is the shit she looks forward to. Where she actually stands a chance. She's not a great player at all. But this kind of go contradicts, my pick. But like she tends to like show up to this shit, really try and play, um, and get a run going. Cause at the bigger, more stacked events, she absolutely stands no chance.
Yeah.
But however, having said that, Anisimova, man, she is such a quality player. I don't know what the fuck is good with her. But for one unit only, I'm banking on her to just get her shit together against way inferior opponent. I mean, Anisimova has been sort of hanging with the big dogs, like you said. So I think she should really be looking forward to playing a bum ass Polini, um, and just taking care of business and getting back on track. I mean, I believe that is why she showed up to this tournament. The 250 in Parma. She is not one to play in these tournaments. She was in Madrid, Charleston, Miami, Dubai, and Rome. Four of those are 1,000 level tournaments, and Charleston was a 500. Um, she took Andriscu to three, which is impressive. To beat, I mean, sorry, lost to Andriscu, Svitolina, and Sakari in three, which is impressive. I think she look forward to playing Paulini and taking care of business in straights.
Maybe I'll switch to the under. 6-3, 6-2. little something like that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, as long as she doesn't implode, I can't imagine a world where Paulini snags a set. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I feel that.
and
And looking,
I fuck with Anisimova low key. I think she's sexy. She has a lot of potential. And she's fun to watch too. She's got a good game. Yeah,
the more I look
yeah,
into Paulini's matchups and who she's gone up against, she's got some like straight set wins. She lost to Golubik in St. Malo last week, I believe. Yeah, about around a week ago. And she got absolutely destroyed. Golubik had a very impressive run there. From what I remember, from what I recall. But yeah, the quality opponents just really doesn't meet the level of Anisimova and the players that Anisimova has played and even beaten in 2 sets. So potentially I might flip flop my bet. I'm not sure where the line stands as far as, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Um, Anisimova is -4.5. I think I could potentially rock with a -4.5 in
yeah.
this
I mean,
matchup. I think that's not a bad idea. I think I might flip flop from the over to that.
yeah. Fair enough, man. I mean, you can't go wrong backing Anisimova in any way or taking the under, which usually tends to mean you're leaning the favorite, which she is. So I think that's a good bet, regardless. Absolutely.
I have changed. I've been given more time to look into it, and then I've heard your analysis on the players. So I think that's one of the great things about this podcast is that you really open things up for my mind when I think about some of these matches.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
All right.
You are wizened, my friend.
All right, let's just move into the next matchup. Uh, are we looking
All right,
at
bro.
Wang
Shang
and
Wang.
Doi? Yep,
Yeah, bro. This
Chang
is low
Wang.
key a banger, bro. This is low key like super low key, an under the radar banger. Um, Chang Wang versus Misaki Doi. China versus Japan. Like this is the shit right here. Doi leads 2-0. However, those were
Doi
both
leads
maybe
5-0.
them were exhibitions, I believe. Not
Ah, okay, I
tour
see.
level. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, still, at on tour level matches, Doi leads 2-0.
And they've never met on clay before.
Never met on clay before, and usually I'm pretty high on Shang Wang, um, and I'm surprised to see she's only plus 100, not catching any games. Before I checked any lines, I saw this in my app, and I was like, I would like to take Wang plus some games, but she's only even money on the money line, which surprised me. What about you? What do you see her price at?
I
Same thing.
see plus 105 for money line, plus one game spread.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of shocked. I mean, I guess the books are kind of not undervaluing the line because I would have liked to play her with some games. But on the other hand, I feel like Doi presents some value, being that short of a favorite. So it's really tricky. I'm gonna pass. But honestly, bro, this is a banger. I honestly like both of these players. They're kind of under the radar, sort of, just because they're not, tall Russian blondes or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, they got game. Yeah, Doi is nice. You should follow her on Instagram. She's actually low key. She's funny as fuck on Twitter too. She's hilarious.
I'll check
I
it out.
fuck with Doi. Yeah,
I
yeah.
so from my perspective, I think that Doi has some good value here. -125 on my book. Um, like you said, she's won every single time they've met. Whether it be exhibition or not, I think it's still somewhat impressive. And the last matchup though was 7 years ago, so that's kind of irrelevant, I'd say. Um, from the recent play, neither of them has been impressive at all. They've both had pretty poor years. Doy's had a little bit more of an impressive year. She pulled a win in Madrid against Kovinic, and it was impressive too, 6-2, 6-4. as to where Wang lost to Mukova 6-1, 6-3. And then also Doi took Zvonareva in the qualifying round at Rome to 3 sets. So, I mean, I think there's a little bit more value here on Doi at minus 125. It almost comes down to like a pick 'em bet, but like you said, I'm a potential fade, but if I were to make a play, I'd probably go Doi money line.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I probably won't play this, because I sort of don't agree with the lines, and I don't, I wouldn't be comfortable, taking a line I don't like.
Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like Doi should be a bigger favorite, but the fact that she's not kind of puts me off a little bit. So, um, yeah, but I mean, best of luck to both of these chicks. They're amazing. I hope whoever wins this has a decent showing in Parma.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see. And that wraps up
yeah,
our day one, right?
that wraps up day one Parma. Next is Belgrade, um,
All
where
right,
we get our girl Badosa back.
let's go.
And an exciting matchup versus Petkovic, which is a totally misleading name because she's German. But anyway, Petkovic versus Badosa. I'm gonna be on the under 19 and a half. I know you said UC 20. Um, Kind of, sort of a disrespectful line. Petkovic has been bumming out. She's had a few impressive showings, but she's definitely washed. She definitely cannot hang with Badosa. Even though Badosa is not in Madrid, I still feel like she'll be flying high. And continue her superb form. Which we've seen for like not just Madrid, but like a month and a half, maybe 2 months now.
Yeah,
Um,
she's playing her best
and yeah,
tennis
I
right now.
think absolutely, and I think she's here in Belgrade to kick some more ass and kind of really get going before Paris at the end of the month.
Munch, munch,
Um,
munch.
Munchies. But yeah, under 20, can't go wrong, in my opinion. Spreads -5. I don't want to fuck with that. Yeah, what's good?
All right, so I have two things written down. I have -5, and then I also have the under as well. I kind of just wrote both of them down. I didn't really have like a pick that I was sold on right off the bat. Um, like you said, is it Petkovic? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Um,
Petkovic.
Petkovic has had some pretty poor losses. She's lost. I mean, she's kept up in a few matches prior to clay season, but in the clay season, every single match that she's lost has been in straights. Her only win was a tight win against the Camelia Begu, who I don't know much
Which
about.
was in qualies, by the way, first round qualies against a bum. I mean, that's not an impressive win at all.
Yeah, that speaks for
But yeah,
itself.
continue.
And it's like
Yeah,
you're seeing Badosa make runs to the semifinals in back-to-back tournaments that she's played in against a player who can't even make it past the first round, and consistently loses in 2 sets. Badosa is definitely far and above Pekovic, and even more so on clay. So, I kind of have both of
facts.
those written down. I haven't jumped on either, but I'll definitely be hopping on one or the other, or maybe even both. We'll see. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I might double dip with you, bro. I think Bedosa will cover 6.5 in the end. So under -5 for sure. Her straight sets is -150, which is too much. But I think if you want to really load up on this and play it two ways, spread and under. Yeah, definitely can't go wrong with that. I might add that. At the moment on my card though, it's just the under, but I might play Bedosa -5 as well.
yeah. All right, sweet. I like it.
Um,
That's
Next
that.
up,
Go ahead.
sorry, what you want to add?
No,
Add
no, no,
one
no,
more
no.
note.
No, I'm good. Go ahead. You move us
All right,
on.
so Patricia Maria Tig versus Buzarnisco. Um, Two bum ass Romanians, definitely trending downwards. We saw Tig feature as a lucky loser against Muguruza, and we all know that Muguruza was not in fine form. and she absolutely took care of business against Patricia Maria Tig in the first round, and looked horrible, uh, or I guess got exposed against better opponents, Bernarda Pera and Svitolina, even though Svitolina is a bum. But anyway, I mean, Buzarnisco as well, she's declining. She's definitely on her way out. This is an all Romanian matchup. I feel like both girls will show up. I'm not gonna play this game, but these are just my thoughts, my notes. Bu- Buzarnisco at plus money. I might fuck with that, you know, like on the side, like personally play it. I think that possesses good value for two chicks that are gonna want to show up to this. But yeah, ugly matchup. Either either one of these chicks is a fade in the next round, more than likely. So, anything you want to add, or you want to skip this bum show?
So you're kind of I'm a fade here. Yeah, we can skip it. So, but you were saying fade, but if you were to kind of lean somewhere, it would be
Buzarnisco.
Buzarnisco money line.
Yeah, it's like a niece. There's like a Buzarnisco.
Yeah, I don't even want to know her name. I don't want anything to do with this matchup.
All right, no, fair enough. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Ew, very ew.
All right,
Um,
who we got up next?
Next up, the other Pliskova, man. If you think Karolina Pliskova is a bum, which she is, which I think she is, her twin sister is way worse. Oh my god, they're so bad. Um, I believe her name is Christina
Yeah.
Pliskova. Um, my god, she's horrible. I think this might be a last name tax, not even her own name. Her brand sucks, but I think the fact that it's Pliskova and her twin sister is a former world number one. We see some tax here. I don't understand how Dodin is, how this game's a pick 'em, or even in some places Dodin is a slight underdog. Um, I'm on Dodin money line for 2 units. I don't think Pliskova has played this year. I'm not even looking at it, but I don't remember seeing her play this year.
She played. She got knocked out first round in Miami, first round in Dubai. She's played some matches this year. No clay though, if that's what you're referring to.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't think she played at all since last year's tour. But anyway, I mean, Dodin's been sort of active, not the best results in the world. But she's been playing. She's been showing up to events. I think it's disrespectful price to Dodin. Honestly, at Pick'em, I definitely feel like you can't go wrong with Dodin. Tremendous value for a chick that will more than likely win this game. Uh, yeah.
All right. Well, my perspective here, I would kind of lean the over. Just because, like you said, this is kind of a booty matchup. Any way you look at it, Pliskova might be a bum, but Dodin is not really doing much either. A majority of Dodin's last few matches have gone to 3 sets. Same thing for Pliskova. I just think that this will be a battle of the bums, and I think this could be a come down to a third set. I think it could be, we might see a tie break here and there. So I think I would probably lean the over here.
Yeah, fair enough. Definitely two bums. Both of these chicks are like 6'2" or some. I think Dodin's 6 feet tall. Ugly matchup. Not very good athletes. I highly suggest to keep this game as far away from your TV as possible. Um, but back Dodin if you're feeling it. I fuck with it. 2 units actually. I just think the price is so crazy. I mean, I feel like Dodin is always a dog. So like the books are kind of, it would feel weird for them to post, Dodin as a favorite,
Yeah.
or even like a large favorite. But I feel like she should be significantly favored here, in my opinion.
All right. Interesting. I'll look more into it and I'll see if that becomes like a thought for me as well. So, but as of right now, the
Yeah, you
over
can.
is where I'm at.
All right. Um, yeah, sounds good. Next up, Nadia Podorosko versus Babos. So here's why this is a pass for me. So Podorosko has been pretty shitty all year until Rome, where she put a little impressive run, which came to an end when she totally threw the game against Martic. Um, and she had a medical timeout, looked a little injured or hurt, whatever, which may come into play here. She's a pretty large favorite, um, which I wouldn't want to back, but Babos is a bum, so bad. Um, she's been dealing with weight issues and fitness issues, and I'm not like body shaming or anything. I'm just saying like she's not in fine form at all. Um, on clay, I think she played one singles match at the tour level. Um, Buskova in Charleston. She lost that in straights. She did play a lot this season though, on the hard courts, and she looked pretty bad for the most part. She is a clay quarter though, or at least previously that was her preferred better surface. It's just a lot of question marks from both players. Seeing Babos back on her preferred surface, but also having not played, and Podoroshka's um, shitty form this year, up until last week, and her lingering injury. I just don't want to fuck with it. Podoroshka will probably win, but I'm not touching this.
Yeah, I'm fading here as well. Like you said, -5.5. That's kind of wild for even going up against a bum like Babos. Podorosko, she's got a couple impressive wins, but or one impressive win I'd say, and that's against Serena, and that was against a Serena that there was a lot of uncertainty around. She hadn't played in quite a while. Like you said, she blew it against Martic, but she got absolutely destroyed in those second and third sets. So neither of these players are really doing that much. Podoroska is obviously playing the better competition, but she falls short when she plays players that are that are actually good, not bums. But yeah, I can't really pick a side here either. 5.5 is a lot to back on a player like Podoroska, and even with Babos being that bad, so I'm fading here as well. Nothing I see of value. Um, the over under is 19.5, which if
I
yeah,
the
maybe the under.
slightest of leans on the
The
under.
under,
Yep.
yeah, same.
But I don't know, man. Maybe Babos finds her clay form or something. Maybe Podoroshka is still hurt and sort of looking ahead or something. And let's a set get close or even get away from her. But yeah, bro, I'm not gonna fucks with this at all.
Yeah, I feel that. Me too. I've got
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
plenty
and I
enough
believe,
on the table.
yeah, facts. Should be good. Usually Sundays are pretty slow because it's just the finals. So it's just two games, which is, I mean, they're usually pretty exciting. Like, yo, it's a final. But two games is, not enough for me. Doesn't quite do it. So it's nice to get a early start on some of these other events.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. I think that caps us off, right? For the events.
Yes, sir. That is Sunday. All wrapped up. We did actually cover every single game. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I absolutely love that I don't have to get up unbelievably early to watch these two finals. I am so excited about that.
Oh yeah, true. Which one's first? The chicks are first.
Chicks are first. That's
At
at 2:30
eight
local.
thirty,
8:30. Okay. And then the next
eight
one's
thirty
at
Eastern.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then the next one will be at 11
11 a.m.
Eastern. Yep. All right.
Yeah, not bad, not
I'm
bad.
cool with that. That's not too bad. I can go
Yeah,
run some
and
errands, do
they're
some
back
stuff.
to back too. They're back to back, which is always pretty hype.
Yeah. So we'll be sitting back watching some tennis. I'm off of work. It's gonna be a great day tomorrow. I can feel it.
Absolutely, bro. It is gonna be a fantastic day. I love all these plays. Belgrade, Parma, Geneva. Should be fantastic. Get off to a hot start in these other tourneys. Some decent players. I know the Williams sisters are at um I think it's Belgrade. I'm not sure, honestly.
They're trying to get some
They're at one of the
just a little bit of
tournaments.
play in before the the French Open.
Yeah, I mean Venus needs to stop playing tennis as soon as possible. But it would be nice to see Serena get some more game time.
Yeah, for sure.
Before Paris. Uh, but yeah, that is all. I'm hyped. I'm absolutely hyped. Um, Always a good feeling starting a new tournament. And a new week. So yeah, should be good.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. Well, that wraps up our podcast today. Hope you guys make some good plays. Hope you guys enjoy some good tennis that we got going on tomorrow. I'm ready to watch Shay. I think that's how you said her name. I'm ready to see her type of play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a great day. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. As always, picks will be posted on Twitter. Those are can be found on the screen or the description below, along with the Discord link to the Bearded Betters, which is a fantastic place if you guys are looking for some sports talk on any sport, picks, plays, stuff like that. But yeah, that wraps us up.
Yes, sir. Medusa plays tomorrow. Let's go. Vamos, chica. Tú eres la puta ama. Vamos. Let's go. Should be good. Should be very good.
Let's go. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Vamos.
All right, peace out, everybody.
See ya.